Televangelist James Ng'ang'a has denied receiving a letter from the Kenya Railways Corporation advising him that the land on which his church stands belongs to them. Speaking to NTV on phone, the preacher said he purchased the plot that sits at the junction of Uhuru Highway and Haile Selassie on auction from the Central Bank of Kenya. Ng'ang'a, however, declined to provide any evidence to that effect and instead referred us to the Lands Registrar and County Council of Nairobi. NTV's Olive Barrows with more on the land disputes.
In June of 2011, the bulldozers came calling. Their aggression targeted at the Neno Evangelism Center that sits at the junction of the Uhuru Highway and Haile Selassie, acting on behalf of the Nairobi City Council. 8 years down the line, and once again, the bulldozers are revving to go, threatening to bring down a church rebuilt. But this time at the behest of the Kenya Railway Corporation. In a letter dated the 31st of January, Kenya Railways informs Neno Evangelism Center's founder, James Ng'ang'a, that the parcel of land on which his church stands belongs to them. The purpose of this letter is to notify you that plot LR number 2099640 encroaches on land initially reserved for railway use. Going on to require that Ng'ang'a surrenders all documents relating to the irregular allocation of the above referenced property to the corporation. But Ng'ang'a denies being in receipt of the said notification, adding that should it come into his possession, he'd challenge it in court. The preacher explained to NTV on phone that he purchased the land on auction from the Central Bank of Kenya as it disposed of the assets of a collapsed bank back in 2003. He, however, declined to share copies of the documents relating to the allocation, the same documents Kenya Railways has requested he hand over. The preacher views it as an attempt to grab the land now that he no longer enjoys the same political connections he once did. Over the years, he has, however, gained notoriety for attacks uttered both on and off the pulpit that have seen him run afoul of the law and made him the subject of derision. In 2015, he faced charges for causing a woman's death by dangerous driving on the Limuru-Naivasha Highway, an accident that continues to haunt the televangelist, with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions challenging his acquittal. In April of last year, he faced charges of fraud over a parcel of land in Karen. And while he may have been out of the country the first time the bulldozers pulled up in a planning dispute with the City Council, from the pulpit on Sunday, he too put Kenya Railways on notice. Notice that he will not relinquish his hold on the property without a fight.
I swear before God, utabakisha hata mchukuu duniani hapa. Hallelujah. Semeni na iwe hivyo. Ai, kwani shida hapa na kubariki tu. Sasa tunalaani watu. Ya. No, iwesekani kila watu wakiamka wanachezea mtu wa Mungu.
Olive Barrows, NTV.